Absolutely. I think, just the margin for error against a great team like that is very small. And I think in the first half it was our turnovers that didn't let us get a bigger lead than we should have had. And in the third quarter we kind of had a letdown on the defensive end and they made us pay for it. So we dug ourselves a hole. We just couldn't get out of it. And like I said, against a good team like that, you can't really do that.
Does it damage your confidence at all, or are you guys looking at the end results and wait until the postseason to see what happens then?
I mean, just like any other game, sometimes it's hard to get over the hump against certain teams, against in certain situations. But you keep fighting. We're not discouraged. We're going to keep working. We know that there were very, very small mistakes that we made that we can fix, and once we fix those, I think we'll put ourselves in better position.
What brought you back in the fourth quarter? What couldn't you do to close the deal?
Well, I mean, I know, we pretty much knew that we were going to come back. They had their runs. It's always a game of runs, and you just have to anticipate them pretty much. But we had a couple of shots to tie it. Brian had a couple of free throws to tie it. I mean, we had our chances. We just came up a little short.
Chris, it looks like your defense was strong for most of the game, except for some certain parts, but they were using, it looked like the second or third pass was the third pass that would finally break you guys down and get in behind the defense.
Well, that's how they play. You're gonna have to defend cuts and passes, and they're so unselfish. It's hard to do that, and they're used to seeing 3 and 4 lines of defense, and they make you really trust your defensive system and make you work and make you move. But we got stops except for the third quarter, and we got good looks. I mean, it was a game of inches, and we just have to dissect this one and see where we came up short.
So you guys were on a roll till you came in. What does this game teach you? What do you learn from this?
We just have to wait to beat the Celtics, I guess, another month or so. I really hate losing to those guys. We just have to wait a little bit longer, and things like this is going to make us better. Coming into an environment like this against the tough teams like this, battling for first place, it is going to add to our experience, and it's going to add to our trust, and we just have to keep going and learn from it.
So you got stops. Here's only 1 point. Who else from them stepped up that hurt you guys today?
I think Glenn Davis played a good game. Von Wafer had a couple of threes that were huge for him in transition that kind of added to that hole we dug in the third quarter. I think usually you kind of anticipate guys really doing their jobs like KG and Paul and Ray Allen, but they also have good role players that step up and give them good help too. So they played a better game than us.
When you guys went into the half, I think you were shooting 53%. They were shooting 37%, so significant advantage for you guys. But the lead was only 4.
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling that it should have been significantly more than that?
That was the turnovers.
Yeah,
that was the turnovers. I mean, I think we had like 12 or 13 at the half, and we can't do that. We can't do that. We were holding them to a pretty decent percentage on our defensive end, and we were shooting the ball well. And to be only up 4 points, that's unacceptable for ourselves. I mean, we cut the turnovers in half. That's at least 6 more shots at the basket. So, and we were shooting a good percentage. So, I mean, 4 of them probably would have went in, and that's like 8 or 10 points. But we just have to kick ourselves and go back to the drawing board.
Some people would call those unforced. A lot of them were kind of unforced turnovers. Is that kind of a mental block thing? Is it just kind of a bad, series? How do you explain that, especially against this team? It would seem that.
Well, I mean, I give credit to their defense. They get you going fast, and they play the passing lanes well. They were getting their hands on a lot of our passes. We were trying to make interior passes. We had some wide open guys, but they have active hands. Rondo and KG and Kendrick Perkins, they got their hands on a lot of balls, and that really slowed us up, man. It kept them in the game in the first half.
Chris, you called this a measuring stick game before it happened, so how do you guys measure up?
Half a game behind, half a game short right now. This would have been a good opportunity for us to kind of just inch ahead just a little bit more, but we came up short, so we have to make sure that we focus in and try to beat Indiana.
You can't be I'm not satisfied, but we're happy about where we can go. You know, and if we continue to improve on the pace that we've been doing since November, we give ourselves a good chance to ultimately reach our goal.
Did Rondo playing you? How did that go on? How did you do that?
I mean, Rondo's a good guy, a good player. He's going to pick up the pressure against anybody who's handling the ball, and I happened to be the point guard at that time, so he was guarding me. It didn't cause me any problem or hurt us from getting into our sets.
All right, thank you.
Man, it's two different dynamics, but at the end of the day, all three of those guys over there were superstars when they came, and all three of these guys were superstars. So, superstars do superstar things.
Do you think it might be a little different just because of the, Ray was a shooter, Paul was kind of a scorer, and KG was?
No, these guys complement the team and each other the same way those guys did. So no difference.
We in each other's way of winning the NBA championship, of course, with other teams in the Eastern Conference with Chicago and Orlando and a few other teams. But this is a team that everybody is trying to catch, because they are the defending Eastern Conference champions.
LeBron, it's only one game, I know that, but you guys are 0-3 against the Celtics. How does this not carry over into the playoffs? Like, how does this not mean anything come playoff time?
I mean, in 2007 and 6, when I went to the finals, we swept the Spurs. And they swept us in the finals. So, you look into it, but you don't look too far into it. You guys understand that a playoff series is so much time preparing for a team. It's a totally different game. These games do count. I'm not taking away from saying the regular season is worth nothing, because it is, but you guys cover the playoffs long enough. You guys know how those games is 10 times different than a regular season game.
But you feel this one here was a great opportunity. Yeah, you only scored 11 points in the fourth quarter, but this one kind of missed a great opportunity to win this one.
I mean, you can tell them upset. Just want to win. And we all want to win. We know that for the most part it was our mistakes. I mean, we give a lot of credit to Boston, of course, but we had a lot of unforced turnovers. But we were shooting 56% from the floor in the first half. We had 12 turnovers. We got to give ourselves a chance to at least put the ball up at the rim. And in the third quarter, they caught fire, and you can't get behind a team like that on their home court.